Hey guys, Matt with Bustin' Knuckle here. Today we're going to show you how to install these ORB Fab heavy duty tie rods on your Polaris RZR. Alright, first thing you want to do is you want to get the cotter pin out of this, loosen up this bolt, and then we're going to get to work on the inside. Alright, next thing you do is there is a zip tie on the end of this boot where it goes in the steering rack. You're going to pop off the zip tie and then pull the boot over itself to get it out of the way. Expose your steering rack. Okay, the next thing you want to do is loosen up this ball joint. The ball joint is what attaches the steering rack to the tie rod end. So ours has wrench flats, luckily, so it should be easy to turn. Otherwise, you can use a good set of channel locks or even a pipe wrench. Luckily for us, it was easy to get off. Some of these come with red Loctite on them, and you might have to heat them up to get them loose. Something we want to keep from the stock tie rod is we want to keep the boot to put over the ORB one. So you want to go ahead and loosen this up. It is left-hand thread. Take it off and slide the boot off the end. Okay, next thing you want to do is install your ORB Fab clevis onto the end of your factory steering rack. Make sure you use red thread locker. Make sure you have the bolt holes parallel to the floor and get it good and tight. Alright, there's a few things you want to do before you install your HD tie rods. First off, make sure that you take the heims out and go ahead and put some anti-seize on them and then screw them back in. That way it'll make them easy to adjust and they won't ever lock up on you. Another thing to make sure of is that you put the wrench flats out towards the tire. This way you can get in there and adjust them easily. They're a left hand and a right hand thread heim. That way you can adjust it while it's on the machine without having to take it off. Once you get the gear rack side installed, go ahead and tighten it down. It's 9/16 on both ends. Alright, next thing you want to do is go ahead and remove this heim because we're going to put the factory boot on. We went ahead and cut a slot in it because these are a little thicker than the factory tie rods. And we're going to go ahead and slide that on into place to cover up the rack. Okay, something on the 2014s that you have to know about. The hole for the knuckle is not as big as a 15 and 16 model or a 15 and up model. So you want to take a 1/2 inch drill bit and go ahead and drill that out. Not a big deal, and that way everything fits and works just fine. Okay, to install the tie rod in the knuckle, we're going to go ahead and make sure that both heims are all the way in. This is a good starting point, and that way we can fine tune it once we get it down on the ground, and it'll be even on both ends. Okay, one thing to note on the tie rod end that comes from ORB is it is a tapered end. So go ahead and get it put in the knuckle, go ahead and get the nut started as well, and then cinch it down with an impact. It's not going to come all the way down to the knuckle because it's tapered, so get it pulled down until it's tight, and then you're good to go. Now all you got to do is go ahead and center the wheel up in the cockpit of the RZR, and then go ahead and get it kind of close to straight with the adjustment of the tie rod. Leave everything loose, go ahead and put the tire back on. We're going to put it back down on the ground, get everything fine-tuned, tighten all the jam nuts up, slide the cover over the rack, and you're ready to go.